The Haunting of Sarah Winchester. Bullets, spirits, and madness. The story of Sarah Winchester is not just a tale of one woman's madness, but a dark symphony of grief, guilt, and supernatural terror that would reshape the very concept of haunting in American history. To truly understand Sarah Winchester, we must first explore the roots of the Winchester legacy. The Winchester Repeating Arms Company was more than a business. It was a machine of unprecedented destruction that would forever change the landscape of American warfare and expansion. Oliver Winchester, Sarah's father-in-law, began as a shirt manufacturer in the mid-19th century, but he saw potential in the emerging firearms industry. In 1857, he invested in the New Haven Arms Company, a small arms manufacturer that would eventually become the Winchester Repeating Arms Company. The Henry rifle, the predecessor to the famous Winchester rifle, was revolutionary. Unlike single-shot muskets, it could fire multiple rounds rapidly, a technology that would prove devastating in the hands of soldiers and settlers. When the Civil War erupted, the Henry rifle became a game-changer. Union soldiers equipped with these rapid-fire weapons could outgun Confederate troops, turning the tide of numerous battles. But the true transformation would come after the war, as the Winchester rifle became the primary tool of westward expansion. Sarah Pardee was born into a world of privilege in New Haven, Connecticut. Educated, cultured, and known for her linguistic skills, she could speak 5 languages. She was a catch in the social circles of mid-19th century New England. Her marriage to William Wirt Winchester in 1862 seemed like a fairy tale. William was charming, intelligent, and heir to the Winchester firearms fortune, but fate had other plans. The first blow came with the loss of their infant daughter, Annie, in 1866. Just months old, Annie died from a rare condition called marasmus, a severe form of malnutrition that devastated the young couple. Sarah was inconsolable. The loss created a void that would never truly be filled, a wound that would fester and grow into something far more sinister. Then in 1881, William himself succumbed to tuberculosis, leaving Sarah a wealthy but broken woman. The Winchester fortune was immense. The rifle that had helped win the Civil War and expand the American frontier was making millions. But wealth could not bring back her husband or daughter. It was in her deepest moment of grief that Sarah encountered a spiritual medium who would change everything. There was not a casual affair, but a turning point that would consume the rest of her life. The medium delivered a message so terrifying, so profound, that it would drive Sarah to the edge of sanity and beyond. The spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles were seeking revenge. Each bullet fired, each life taken by the Winchester rifle, from Native Americans, defending their lands to soldiers on countless battlefields, had created a vengeful entity. These spirits were not at rest. They were angry, and they were hunting the Winchester family. The medium's solution was both a curse and a command. Sarah must build a house, but not just any house, a labyrinth. A massive, constantly expanding structure designed to confuse and trap these murderous spirits. If construction ever stopped, she would die. And so began the most extraordinary architectural project in American history. Sarah moved to California, purchasing an 8-room farmhouse in Santa Clara Valley. What began as a simple property would become the Winchester Mystery House, a testament to one woman's descent into paranoia and spiritual warfare. The construction was relentless. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 38 continuous years. Workers labored under Sarah's bizarre instructions, adding rooms, corridors, staircases that defied logic. Windows were installed that looked into other rooms. Doors opened to blank walls, staircases rose 7 steps and then abruptly dropped to another level. Sarah's architectural madness was methodical. She consulted spirit boards nightly, receiving intricate instructions for the next day's construction. Every architectural decision was a defensive strategy against the supernatural entities she believed were hunting her. The house grew, 7 stories, over 160 rooms, 40 bedrooms, 13 bathrooms, 0.6 kitchens, secret passages, trapdoors, windows that looked nowhere and everywhere. At the peak of construction, 22 full-time carpenters worked continuously, transforming Sarah's vision into a physical manifestation of her terror. But the spirits were not easily contained. Workers began reporting strange occurrences. Tools would move by themselves. Phantom footsteps echoed through unfinished rooms. Cold spots appeared randomly. Whispers and moans could be heard when no one else was around. Some workers quit. Others became convinced that Sarah was not crazy. She was fighting a war invisible to most. Sarah herself became a recluse, always dressed in black, mourning not just her husband and daughter, but seemingly mourning a deeper, more existential loss. She slept in a different bedroom every night, believing this would make it harder for spirits to track her. Her personal quarters were a marvel of supernatural defense. A special room was designed with a single entrance and exit. Windows were placed at precise angles to trap spirits. Mirrors were positioned to confuse and misdirect supernatural entities. Every inch of the house was a calculated move in a cosmic game of spiritual chess. As years passed, the house became more than a building. It was a living, breathing entity, a machine designed to trap and confuse spirits. Sarah's wealth, made from the very weapons that had caused so much death, was now being used to create this impossible structure. When Sarah died in 1922, construction immediately stopped. The house stood frozen, a monument to grief, paranoia, and the unseen world. Workers simply dropped their tools and walked away, leaving the structure in its perpetual state of supernatural defense. Today, the Winchester Mystery House is more than a tourist attraction. It is a portal to another world. Paranormal investigators have documented countless unexplained phenomena. AVP recordings reveal whispers. Cameras capture shadows moving in empty rooms. Visitors report sudden temperature drops, unexplained sensations, and the feeling of being watched. But the true horror lies not in the ghosts, but in the human capacity for grief, fear, and the lengths one might go to escape imagined, or very real supernatural persecution. Some say the spirits are still there waiting, watching, trapped in a house designed to contain them, yet never truly defeated. The Winchester rifle may have won the West, but in this house, something far more terrifying claimed victory.